introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Lightmatter VK. Greetings from Germany. I'm the moderator and currently third place of Lightmatter, just behind Bobby. I'm going to get that back, and yeah.
I got the PR yesterday, by the way. It's crazy.
I'm Rebel Rose. I'm pretty active in the community. I used to run this game all the time, and I'm really invested in this game and the community.
Yeah. So basically, Lightmatter is a first-person puzzle game. If you enjoy Portal, if you enjoy Talos Principle, you will absolutely fall in love with this game. By the way, what makes the no major glitches run a little bit different than a any percent run is that we're going to be playing the game mostly as it's supposed to be, right? So we're going to do the levels. We're going to break the levels a little bit, but we're going to be running the game mostly as intended, so to speak. So yeah, with that, I think we'll be ready to go. I think.
Wait a second. Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. There we go. Good?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, cool, awesome. Countdown in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so yeah, like I mentioned, this is Lightmatter, no major glitches. It's a very, very new game. Literally came out last year. Came out just very recently in 2020. Like I said, if you enjoy Portal, you will absolutely fall in love with this game. It's on sale right now on Steam for the winter sale right now, so I highly recommend picking it up. There's also a demo as well, so if you want to try out the demo, that's also an option for you. But yeah, so we hop right into it. Basically, as we start off the game, we're in a facility. We don't really know what's happening. We don't really know where we are. All we know is that we're seeing the Lightmatter Technologies logo in front of us. And yeah, so basically one thing that you'll notice about this game is that our speed is relatively constant. The only time that you'll notice that we'll increase speed is when we're jumping up staircases like this. So we'll be jumping up every single staircase if we can, just to get ourselves a little bit extra speed, get caught up to speed, if you will. So yeah, the other thing is we will be carrying some objects throughout the game. Those slow us down. So the less we can hold objects, the better. And so yeah, we're already at the beginning or the end of the first level. So GG, nice. Rebel Rose, do you want to explain who our main character coming up is?
All right, so we're about to meet Virgil. He's kind of our overarching, omniscient voice, GLaDOS-esque character of this game. He's trying to help us exit the facility because there was a malfunction. Something went wrong, so we have to get out. He's trying to get us out as safely as possible before something bad happens.
So these doors are going to open. We're going to continue on to level 2, which we just started. And yeah, look, there's the door. We're going to be able to exit smoothly, I'm sure. Great. It's dark in there.
But it's dark in there.
Yes, excuse me. Basically, so the idea behind this game, the main mechanic is that it's basically the floor is lava, but with shadows. So basically what that means for us is that at any point, if we step on a shadow, we instantly die. It's a wipe, basically. The first 2 levels, you can't actually die to any shadows on the ground. Basically, they kind of like make it so you can't die in the first 2 levels as like a tutorial kind of thing. So basically, you're just kind of moving around, you're getting used to the feel of the game, which is why a lot of our runs are kind of always the same time, because there's really not a whole lot of strats to these first 2 levels. But this game is just gorgeous, as you'll start to see throughout the run. Really, really cool game. And as some of you may know, you may have gotten a little bit of a teaser that there are some lamps in this game, so we're going to start to see those in a little bit here. So yeah, we're going to hop into the elevator, and game's over. GG, easy. I'd like to thank my family. Thank you for the $20. I'm just kidding. Probably not the end of the game. I would have PR'd by now if that was the case, but no. But yeah, so we got to look at the core as well right in front of us. And yeah, but we do get to exit the facility now. That's basically it. We get to leave, and it's all good. All good in the neighborhood, But yeah. Everything's peachy keen.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing's gonna malfunction. We'll be just fine.
Wait, we're going down. I think I did.
Did you pull that lever wrong?
Yeah, you pulled it down, not up.
Aww.
Title card. There we go. Title card. So yeah, so those are the first 2 levels, more or less the tutorial of the game. And yeah, so at this point on, at any point, if we touch a shadow, we will die. There are some exceptions to that. There are some instances on the ground where we can step on shadows just barely or just on the edge, which we're definitely going to abuse a lot in this game. And it won't kill us. So we try to take advantage of that as much as possible to like cut corners and such. But yes.
Bobby,
One thing you'll
that?
notice. Oh. What about? Oh yeah. Oh yes. Thank you for reminding me. So every time I die, I will be donating $10 to AGDQ. So you can also see the speedrun stats in the top right corner, which is toggleable at the main menu. You don't have to have these on, but we like to have them on as a default. So you can kind of see how many times I died and everything. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, upcoming
but yeah,
level 4
yeah,
is a little skip. Normally we would have to walk over, then under, and then over again. But if we do 3 precise button presses, we can abuse the momentum of the bridge and just run under it again.
Nice, first try. Whew. I was super nervous about that. That's the first place where a speedrun dies.
That's very tight.
That's the first place a speedrun dies. So level 5 isn't even really a level for a speedrunner because there's supposedly a puzzle here, but we skip the entire thing and we just go here. Easy.
We just jump around it.
Just jump around it. There is like a I would say 45-second to a minute-long puzzle you would do there, but we don't do that. Coming up here, chat, I'm gonna have to see those lamps now. I'm gonna have to see those lamps. And do you want to know why? Do you want to know why? Because here's a lamp, baby. There's a lamp, the first one of the game. Can you believe it? So as you can see, it kind of shines a light for us as a platform. So basically, it allows us to move freely throughout the game in a place that we may not have been able to previously in the darkness. And that's the main mechanic of the game, is making sure we have something to stand on at all times, assuming it's light. Lycos, do you want to talk about the upcoming skip that I'm about to do?
Yes, next up, Bobby is going to shove a lamp into a vent, and for whatever reason, it bugs out the lamp, and if we then jump onto it, it boosts us upwards. Remember to look at the wall.
Yeah, I will do that, thank you. Yeah, looking at the wall is important because you have to hit a certain spot. This is the first actual like bug in the game that we abuse. So we turn around here, we put that right there, we jump, we barely miss because I'm bad. There we go, we hit this, and then we go. Perfect, that was actually really good. That was super good. Getting that with 1 miss is actually really, really good, thank God. So yeah, here's Lightmatter in all of its glory. Yeah, go.
Yeah, this is the core. It's kind of the central tower kind of thing of this game. We always find ourselves moving towards it, and we always seem to find it again, no matter where we are. So it's kind of our perspective of where we are in the facility.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I think the developers drew inspiration from Half-Life, right? I believe so.
Yes,
yeah.
the Citadel in Half-Life 2.
So yeah, so here you'll see an example of the reason why we need to be careful of where we put our lamps, because if we put them, we can't jump with them, so we have to place them and then quickly jump. And also, as you can see, we're moving a little bit slower when we're holding a lamp, so we want to make sure we place them quickly, drop them quickly, and yeah, just not hold on to them for too long overall. This level is, as a casual player of this game, is by far the first difficult level. Only because it's so big and it's kind of hard to get perspective on what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go. And it's also, there's these big rocks in the middle that kind of block everything, so it makes it a little bit tough. But yeah, coming up, Lycos, you want to talk about what this level is?
The next level, let me see for a second. Yes, this is the first timing based. If we are fast enough to shine it in, run in, turn the lamp, and then run out, we can skip half a second with the cycle. And that's basically already it.
Yeah, it's basically it. It's just hitting that cycle really quickly to make sure we don't get closed off into the shadows, basically. First instance of moving shadows, in a way. But yeah, I think we're going to meet James now, hypothetically.
Yeah, Virgil's going to talk about his security manager, James, who currently is helping out with the evacuation of everyone else. He's a big man. He's got rocks in his head. Yes.
So yeah, so in upcoming here, we'll have a little bit of a nod to a different game as well.
Yeah, just be careful with the lamps.
Thank you for the reminder, both of you. I appreciate it. Aperture science, great. So button press looked good. I have no worries about this one. I mean,
Yes.
You pressed it too hard again.
The bridge collapsed.
this was our exit out. What do we do? Oh my goodness.
Oh.
But anyway, this is a good time for like 3 donations, I would say, if we have a couple donations.
No problem. We have $10 from Railcoon that says, Bobby, I thought you practiced pulling levers after the hotfix run. It's okay.
Oh my God,
I
Railcoon.
believe in you. The next lever
We
will go
did.
better.
Thanks, Roken.
We have $25 from Bento Fox 14 that says, cheers
Hi,
for the
Bento.
berm. Have a great run.
Hi, Bento.
We have $15 from Vaughn Rothdave that says, it's always inspiring to see money being raised for such an incredible charity. Thank you to all the runners and organizers. Thank you so much for that.
Dope. All right, so coming up here, the door will open. Actually, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like to die in case I don't by some miracle. So this is what it looks like to die. Basically, you get reset basically exactly where you just were. And you just keep going from there, basically. So it's really nice. The developers kind of coded it in a way where you don't get set back too much and the audio doesn't get reset. So thank God you don't have to hear the same audio cue like 5 times in a row, which is super nice. Rebel, do you want to talk about the idea behind this level?
So this level has the first kind of instance of moving shadows. The devs kind of wanted to have moving shadows in their game because it is a game about shadows and making your way through them safely. But they also didn't want it to be too difficult for someone either with a low skill level or who had a bad computer. So this is kind of their way of doing that. Our next skip here that's coming up is actually something I discovered by accident on my first casual playthrough of this game. So every level has a designated start point when you start from the main menu, and that's the same start point if you pause and click retry. However, when the level changes, the points are a little different. So like we don't have to ride this elevator up at all. We can
Yeah,
just
it's an
pause and click
intentional retry,
and
yeah.
we go right back up.
If we have any skaters in the stream or in the chat right now, you might enjoy this skip. Basically, we're gonna rail grind, which is basically this. This is not how you're supposed to do this level, but you basically just ride on this railing because you can. Why not? This is actually way harder than it looks, I promise. But yeah, it's a really easy way to get across that bridge. It saves like 4 or 5 seconds. Anyway, chat, can we say hello to Ellen?
Hello, Ellen.
Hello, Ellen. Hello.
Hi, Ellen.
Ellen is our personal approach to Lightmatter, and she's one of the employees of this compound. Basically, she tells us how bad it is and how terrible their employees are being treated, basically. And now we're in the factory part of it. So we exited the mine, and now we're in the factory with these rotating like fans. And then she tells us how like tape recorders are banned and stuff, and they're not allowed to like do anything because it's all so secretive. All right, so we'll go here, and
It's another instance of
Yeah.
backing up the light and making it
yeah,
bigger.
it's super cool. It allows more light the farther back you are, which is awesome. All right, but then we hop in this vent, and then we're on
Wait,
to the next level.
vent? That's kind
Vent.
of sus, Bobby.
That's kind of sus.
It's sus.
That's kind of sus.
I swear I'm not an imposter. I swear, guys. It wasn't me.
I saw
it
Bobby
wasn't
vent
me.
in electrical.
This is the factory. This isn't electrical.
So yeah,
my
next
goodness.
up we have a little skip where it's not really intentional. We place a lamp, turn it to some amount, and here we can, just a second, we can stand on the edge of the rotor, or whatever it's called, and barely hit the button to skip half of the puzzle.
Easy. That was super clean.
And we hear Ellen here in the background talking about Virgil's ex-partner Arthur, who has been not doing some great things to the employees. He hasn't been a very kind man. He's been sneaking around, doing experiments that, aren't very ethical. But how'd you get over
I don't
here?
know. He thought the same thing. What the heck? I have no idea. Probably the vents. I mean, wait, what? Not the vents. Hello, button. Thank you. And this is where the demo ends.
So
yeah.
this is actually where Yep, this is where the demo would end. There's a really cute interaction with Virgil here where he's like, this is where you must empty your pockets to see the rest of Lightmatter Industries. It's
this
cute.
level is actually, we actually beat this level with 2 lamps instead of the intended 3. We basically just go fast. That's basically the strat for this. We basically put the lamp down and we move quick enough. But from this point onward, I'm going to be a little bit quiet because I really need to focus on these next coming levels because they're the most difficult in the game.
Yeah, here we take advantage of the fact that the lamp kind of snaps forward with the light facing away from you as soon as you pick it up, and we jump right across as soon as the door starts closing.
Okay, so here we like to hack, we call it like hacking the door open, basically. As long as we have some source of lights shining on the power cell on the wall, we're good. So yeah, that's basically what this level is. We want to make sure we can have light on both sides of this wall so we can run on through. Also, there's a little kitty up here in the corner named Lux that we don't get to see, unfortunately. But if you want to check her out, buy the game. It's fantastic. Anyway, so now I'm really going to be quiet. I'm going to have Lycos explain what's about to happen.
Yeah, in this puzzle, we would normally need to bring both the lamps to the left side to light up the path, but if we place the one lamp we get over in the right spot, we can light up some objects on the wall and then just jump over these.
Yeah, you're supposed to only have 1 lamp for this, or you're supposed to have 2 lamps for this and not just the 1. This next level is the hardest level in the game for speedrunning. It's it's the most precise jump.
Yeah, we basically do the same thing. Haha, English. This time we don't even need to move the second lamp. But this one is pretty hard. Maybe he makes it look easy because we have a beam over our head.
Yeah, it's so tight. It's incredibly hard to get. This is where all the deaths will come from in a speedrun, I think. Nice. One death is perfect there. That's awesome. That's usually what a lot of people do. You'll have like 1 or 2 deaths in a run, and those will typically be the spots for them.
And that still saves a ton of time over the intended strat.
Absolutely.
The intended strat takes like 3 minutes.
Insane. So this level is basically as long as we're within a distance, a certain distance of a lamp, we can grab it and it'll teleport to us like this. And that's not how you're supposed to do that level, but we kind of abuse that table there so we can grab the lamp. I can't see chat right now, but I'm expecting a lot of lamps. Let's just say that.
Yeah, there's some in.
There are a lot of lamps.
Perfect. If we have time for some donos, now would be actually a time for 1 dono, I think.
No problem. I have $50 from Bobby Blackwolf that says, I am a card-carrying member of the Bobby's Appreciating Lamps Club. Thank you so much for that.
There's a club of 1, apparently. So here you'll see we have a little bit of a lamp strafe, basically. We kind of turn to the side and we kind of run along, making sure we're always pointing it at a specific location. Actually, we have time for 2 more donations. I'm sorry.
No worries. I got a good one for you, okay?
Perfect.
We have $31 from Kiefer who says, does this game have an instruction manual? I think it must amount to some light reading.
Oh my goodness. Jesus.
We also have $15 from Flavio Butterworth that says, after years of watching, I can finally contribute a little something. Keep up all the good work you do.
Nice, thank you. All right, so coming up here, Rebel, do you want to talk about this level a little bit?
Okay, so this is a very big level. This is probably the largest level in the game, with the exception of the very last one. Because it's basically one level split up into 3 parts. So we do this bottom part here where the 2 platforms kind of shifting back and forth. We have to turn the lamps, and then upstairs we're going to kind of build upon that, and we have to rotate them around the square. And that's a main theme with the puzzles in this game, is that they like to build on each other. They teach you something small, and then it builds on it, making it a little bit more difficult as you go around.
Yeah, this level, they specifically, I think the developers used Legos to kind of picture it in real life before actually making it with code. So that's super cool, I think. Because it's hard to...
They did that with several levels.
It's hard to picture like when you're coding, but if you use like a tangible thing in real life, I think it's pretty sweet. But yeah, so the bottom level, like we were mentioning, is kind of like a rotating back and forth, but this one is a true rotation. It's just 2 platforms going in a square, and this level is really difficult casually, because it's hard to like picture what's going on in this level, but And just like that, we're almost halfway through the normal levels. So what do you guys think? How was I doing with my button pressing? I mean, I'm 0 for 2, but I have a good feeling about this one.
Well, there was one more.
Yeah, I mean, well, you've been pressing up a lot of buttons to move the
Right.
platforms, but like those aren't the important
I'm not
buttons.
worried, I'll
These
say
are.
that. I'm not worried at all. Here it comes.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh my god, I need some coffee. It's too late for this. It's too late for this. I need some coffee. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, it is what it is. We have time for maybe 2 donations right now, by the way, while we listen to this cutscene.
No problem. I have a donation from one of your mods, Brandy. Wow, Bobby.
Hey, Brandy.
So freaking proud of you. Everything you've accomplished in these past 6 months I've known you, you are an inspiration. Not for your achievements, but rather for being someone who went after their goals and never gave up. Love you, man.
What the heck? That was too nice. What the heck?
Bobby is
Got time for one
invincible.
more?
Yeah, one more really quick.
Awesome. We got $500 from Tanos that says,
Oh my
glad
God.
to catch you all live this year. Thank you so much for that.
That's awesome. So, that's
Wow.
awesome.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
so coming up here, we're basically doing this level backwards, basically. The elevator broke, as we very clearly saw, so we're trying to do this backwards. So, Lycos, do you want to talk about the skip that's coming up here that we found like a few months ago?
Yeah, normally, do you remember when we walked past the weird round door? We are now going to go back there. It would open after Virgil finishes his words, his, speaking. But we can turn on developer commentary right here. It's the little speech bubble. And since Virgil never starts talking, he cannot stop talking, so the door never opens. So the devs noticed that and put in an intentional little skip for us, so the door instantly opens.
It's super awesome. Yeah, we found it. Because normally when you run this game now, we just run it with developer commentary on, just so we don't have to do that, and we save like 2 or 3 seconds. But yeah, we'd like to keep it on. We like to keep it off for the speed run for today because we wanted to make sure we could hear the dialogue and stuff because that's really, really cool. So now we're his assistant, apparently. First we were a journalist, now we're an assistant. I don't really know who we are anymore. We're bad at button pressing, everything's going haywire. Basically, now, AGDQ202, I introduced you something amazing, something you'll cherish forever. An orb on a stick. An orb on a stick, can you believe it? Can I get an orb? Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Orb.
We have lamps, orbs, can you believe it? So basically this is a photon connector, and as long as we're within sight of a mother source, we can have infinite, it's basically like a rain cloud of light, basically. It's your own personal rain cloud of light. I just came up with that now. Yeah, so he's basically describing it now. As long as we keep them triangulated, if we have 3 different sources of light, basically, we have infinite energy function, or infinite pathing within the game. So, which is how the game was intended, right? Like, if you move one, you still have the other 2 that are connected. So, yeah, so that one breaks, and now we have 1 left over up here. And you can see the laser kind of turns red.
You'll notice that
you'll notice the laser turns a little bit red. It basically means it's about to break, which basically means you better drop that soon, otherwise you're about to die. Lycos, do you want to explain this level? Because I need to focus.
Yeah, this lamp we are going to place far to the wall and far into the corner, so we can save basically 1 pickup that we then don't need to do.
Okay, audio cues are super important as well, because I need to make sure I hit these buttons. Rebel Rose, do you want to explain this really quick?
Yeah, well, we're gonna do another little rail grind here. This next level coming up, there is a little skip we could do, but it's really unsafe, and it only saves 1 second, so it's really only if you want to go for a world record. It's really not worth it unless you're going for a world record. Basically, you can do a really precise rail grind to skip one little cycle walking around. It literally only saves like a second, maybe 2.
So basically, if you do this
if you die,
if you do this optimally, it's almost the same speed as doing the skip like normally. As I miss the button. But yeah, it's a little bit faster if you're optimal with like if you do like that and you kind of like move quickly. It's about the same amount of time. But audio cues are huge for this game for the buttons, because if you just like miss it, you basically screwed yourself. There's also a bunch of hidden things in this game, by the way. One of them is in this level, but you have to find out if, for yourself if you want to pick up the game. But yeah, Rebel, do you want to talk about the next level? It's the
I can't
one
remember
with
the
a.
next level.
It's the auto one.
Okay, yeah. So this next level here is really satisfying. It basically solves itself. You just kind of walk in circles, and as long as you have the lamps placed correctly, you just keep moving, and it
Yeah.
basically takes
As
care
long
of
as you're always
itself.
connected somewhere, you're good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you
I have
just walk
never
in two
died
big
there.
circles.
I've
Oh.
never actually died there. Fun fact. that's $10 to charity. How about that?
Yep. No, you totally died on purpose
Absolutely.
there because you
I'm
wanted
trying to give more
another
money.
$10.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll also notice that the light will go through glass. So that's something that we really learn in this level that they build upon later.
We have time for
when,
one donation, I think.
Alrighty, we have $25 from It's Keegan that says, fun
Or
fact,
not, that's fine.
Bobby Berm is short for
Basically,
Bobby
this next
Bermuda.
level is it's pretty easy once you know how to do it. We basically abuse what we would normally need with 2 connectors with just 1. So we basically only need 1 connector here. Lycos, do you kind of want to explain it?
Yes, we get this connector here and place it on the corner, on the very edge of the corner, so we can use the beam in, just later to then jump over.
So we never
the
have to
patch of
pick it up again,
shadows.
basically.
Yes.
We also have a fun another little Easter egg coming up.
Yeah, if you listen very closely, you'll hear a familiar song from the Portal series.
And it's gone. It's gone.
It's gone. It's gone. That was Still Alive from the Portal series. Now, this level is kind of... It's really pretty. It's really pretty, but it's kind of boring for the speedrun because there's literally... We have not found a single skip. Like, there's like maybe a 2-second time save. That's about it.
There's also...
but it looks really pretty.
The plants are super nice, but there is a spot here where if you place these 2 connectors just a little bit too close to each other, it will make it so you cannot pick them up again. So we really try to make sure we space them out. It is a bit of a bug, but as long as you space them out okay, it shouldn't happen to you. I was on a PR run one time when I first started speedrunning, and it absolutely destroyed my speedrun. Granted, it was really bad, but the run was overall not very good. But granted, it doesn't feel good, you know what I mean? But I mean, there's a couple bugs that we abuse here and there, but that's one of the ones that isn't very nice sometimes. As a side note, we could have like 2 donations right now if we have time, or if we have donations rather.
Yeah, of course. I got a funny one for you, though. We have $25 from It's Keegan that says, fun fact, Bobby Berm is short for Bobby Bermuda Triangle. Let's get it, Bobby.
Okay, that's a joke on my stream. Thanks, Keegs. I appreciate you greatly.
We also have $50 from Zach that says, Lightmatter is super cool to watch, and Bobby Berm has completely sold me on the game. Donation goes for making sure all the bonus games happen. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. That was one thing I was gonna mention. If you have ever wanted to try speedrunning for the first time, you're like, I don't know what game to run. There's all these big communities out there already. I never know what to do. This is the game to start with. It's gorgeous. It's really not that hard to pick up, really, initially, but it's also really rewarding at the end of the day. Like, the more you practice this game, the better and better you get, because there's very little RNG. It's mostly always like, if you do something wrong, it's your fault, like most of the time. So yeah, so this is an amazing game to start speedrunning with. And also in the menu, there's literally a link to the Discord, so I highly recommend doing that. But yeah, Rebel, do you want to talk about this level a little bit?
So we have another one of these rotating fan puzzles here, where we just kind of bring these connectors back and forth. And there's a stationary connector, the only one we see in the game, right in the center of the fan. And we bring these around in order to do this. But in the background you hear Virgil's kind of talking about how he doesn't like Arthur anymore. But, there's a lot of other things, he doesn't like. And if you actually notice his voice, many gamer fans will notice that he sounds very familiar. He's voiced by David Bateson, the same guy who voiced Hitman Agent 47, and that little briefcase there in the corner is a little note to his previous role.
So we have another little button here, I believe. So over 3, I'm losing faith. I'm not gonna lie. I'm losing faith in this. I mean,
Don't worry.
Yeah, bridges are not very good for you, and neither are elevators.
The exit is right there, so don't worry. It'll be
right.
fine.
That is how I get out. Right there. That's how I do it. This is gonna be it. Don't even worry. Why am I even?
The bridge made it across.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Why am I even worried? This is.
You hit that with good finesse, right?
You need to press buttons with more finesse.
More finesse. More finesse is needed.
You know, when they say break a leg, I don't think they mean that literally.
Yeah, we're moving a little bit slower, which kind of implies our legs are broken or something, or we're dazed or something or other, which we'll kind of see again in a little bit. But I thought that was really cool. How we were talking about this before, how it's cool how the devs were like, kind of use movement speed to, control the mood. Anyway, Lycos, please explain this. This is really difficult. Lycos, are you there? Knock knock. Yeah.
Normally in this level, you have to go back and forth between that main hallway there, and it takes a lot of back and forth picking up the lamps again, or the orbs again.
I'm gonna try to do the skip here because I said why not. So we have another rail grind here that I can do. I'm gonna see if I can do it. Nice, first try. Holy crap, that's awesome. I never.
That was really clean.
I never get that. I never get that. So that saves about 3 seconds. If you get it right away, it's about 2 or 3 seconds. So basically this level is kind of, again, an auto-scroller. Basically, you just plop it down, hit the button, and then you light up that wall, which opens this door. And then we have some lore coming up. But yeah, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, so Ellen's been talking to us this whole time. She's learned that Arthur wasn't actually that bad of a man. He was trying to stop what Virgil was doing. Virgil knew about Lightmatter's side effect of these shadows that kind of eat you. And Arthur's doing some experiments to try and see if he can counteract that. And this is kind of his experiments chamber.
Yeah, so...
I will mention real quick that if any of you are light sensitive, look away from the screen for about the next 40 seconds.
If you're lying in your bed with all the lights off doing this, I recommend turning the brightness down, basically. Or in a dark room.
Hey, you just did lights.
See?
You just did lights.
Crewmate.
So, maybe you're not
Crewmate.
sus.
Can I convince you now?
We'll see. I still don't quite trust you.
Enough. But yeah, so basically now what we're going to get into, we're into level 34, which is basically, now we're going to see that, like real life, shadows aren't that scary sometimes. I mean, they are scary, and, the darkness is scary. But there are 2 different kinds of shadows in this game. There's the goopy lava shadow, and there's the normal shadow. So that's basically what this lab was trying to figure out, is kind of what we're learning here.
You could look back at the screen now.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
light is back off. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
You're still
yes,
sus.
still
You're
sus.
still sus.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see over here where the shadows kind of change from the solid black to kind of these goopy, like tar-like appearance.
Coming up, we have my
This
my
next level-
favorite thing coming up here. If you blink twice, you'll miss it.
Yeah, so we've already had a couple references to the Portal series and Aperture Science. And the devs had Valve's blessing for this, and in the corner here, you'll see that there's a companion cube and a turret.
I'm different.
Don't make lemonade.
Hello. Oh.
Just, some little nods to the Portal
Yeah,
series.
it's super cool. There's a bunch of those in this game. We don't talk about all of them, but there's a lot of them. But yeah, so here, basically what I'm going to do is I'm moving something forward so I can go back and grab something else. So once this connects, I turn around, grab the other one again now that this one's connected. So basically ensuring we're always connected to a mother source in some fashion, which allows us to just quickly get on with that level. And yeah, so there's 38 levels. In the top right corner, you'll see we're on 36. There's 38 levels total. 36 and 37 are the last normal puzzle games, puzzle levels in the game. Lycos, do you want to talk about the skip that we're not going to do in this level?
Yes, we have a theoretical skip in this level, but it's seemingly random. You would grind a railing together with a connector, so you can jump. So it's pretty much impossible to get back up. It is possible, only 3 people have done it though, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, it's seemingly random for how to get it, and it's this railing right here. You can rail grind there, but you can actually not like land the jump, so to speak. It's really difficult, and we don't even know how it works. So we've been trying to play test that a little bit, but with little success.
I've done so many tests.
Risky jump, good. Okay. So yeah.
So we're about to go into the last like normal like puzzle level of the game. Which is kind of like it's like a little figure 8. You're just, you know, a lot of these levels seem to be like walking in circles, but that's because we know what we're doing. This level, when I played through it casually, took me almost 2 hours to complete my first time because I could not figure it out.
There's things everywhere you need to interact with, and it's just really hard to picture. We also don't do this the quote-unquote normal way. We kind of do like we do the speedrunner way, obviously, so it's a bit different. You'll see where it's different in about 30 seconds here. But yeah, Lycos, do you want to explain kind of what's going to come up a little in a second?
Yeah, he placed the one photon connector there without connecting anything. That's important for later. So we just barely activate this photon cell. So the bridge is activated, and if we then go to the other side, we can walk just a tiny bit further, so we deactivate it again.
And we don't have to worry about taking it back across another direction before.
And yeah, so this is the last true puzzle of the game. Normally at this point you would have put in like 5 or 6 hours, and the last level in the game is actually like really long for the speed run. Basically, it's basically like a 10-minute escape sequence functionally, assuming you don't die a bunch. So yeah, again, we're gonna see here how we're gonna hit the retry skip. Once I see 38 in the top right corner, we hit retry, and it sends us to the next level, therefore avoiding a 1.5-minute long cutscene that we no longer have to do, which is super nice. So yeah, it's awesome to have that. So yeah, we pull the lever, and now we wait 2 minutes basically. So if we can do 2 or 3 donations if we have them, probably 3.
All right, no worries. We have $25 from I Am Not Le French that says, "Hey Bobby,
Yeah.
Keegan, Fox, and the rest of us in the fan club are having a blast watching you run. You're killing it."
Thanks.
We have $20 from Xanoth that says, "Lightmatter was definitely a ton of fun casually. Orb." And we have a $250 donation from Murphy that simply says lamp.
Amazing. Thanks for the donations. I appreciate it. Keep donating for AGDQ, please. It's awesome. I love this event so much. Anyway.
There is a theoretical way to skip this whole 2-minute cutscene, but the way we did it before doesn't exist in the current patch anymore, and it wasn't very consistent before. If we could find a way to die in this room, we could kind of.
This is on top of this is the only way we can die. On top of this camera right here is the only kill plane. Like right here, we can't die. Over here, we can't die. There's nowhere we can die in this area except for on top of this. And
Hey, go look at that camera again real quick.
Oh, did you sabotage it?
It looked like it was off. Did you sabotage cams?
Oh my goodness. No, I didn't sabotage cams. I swear I'm crewmate. My goodness. But yeah, so basically what's about to happen is we're gonna do a 10-minute escape sequence, basically, assuming no deaths. So basically, we're turning the core back on, and everything more or less is kind of on a global cycle. So if I were to die at any point, things keep going in this level because it's all one big level. There are some situational things here where, you know, based on the area that you're in, but in most areas, if I die, I just have to kind of figure it out. There are, I would say, at least 4 or 5 cycles that I have to hit perfectly in this last level, and if I do, this run will be amazing. And if I don't, I'll cry. So, you know, there's that.
Remember to don't jump.
Remember to not jump. Thank you. Actually, that's serious. Thank you. I always jump here and it ruins it because then I miss I'm gonna try a cycle right away here that's extremely tight, so, you know, lamps for hype. How about that? Pause, champ.
Things are gonna start getting bright again for a couple parts of this level. Every time we activate a lever, it'll get bright for a little bit. So just
be wary.
Be aware of that if you are light sensitive.
Okay, so here's the first cycle coming up here. Let's see if I can get it. Please. Nice. That was ideal. That was actually ideal. Wow. Awesome. That's the first one of like 5 or 6 done. So this next one is also really tight. It's to get onto a spider in a lift, or an elevator functionally, the layman's term. We have to get onto an elevator in a certain amount of time. So I'm gonna time my jump in such a way where I'm gonna jump before the light is even there. So it's a bit scary, but here we go. Let's see here. Lights, jump. Nice, I did it, I think. I think I have
you'll
it.
get it.
I have to hit the crossbar. Nice. Perfect. This is going so well. Okay,
Even if you don't get it.
Yeah. Even if you don't get it, it's like a 6 or 7 second loss there if you miss it. This last level is going well. So here's the third one. Basically, there are 2 little areas. You have to beat out the darkness. It's a speed test, basically. Here we go. Go! I might be late. Oh, I made it. Here's the 4th one coming up. I'm gonna wait here. I probably won't make that. I probably could have, but I'm gonna just hold off. This is the 4th one right here. So if I get this...
So at this point, Virgil still doesn't know where we are because he can't see us on the cameras because our friend Ellen turned them off for us. But when we hit this lever, he's gonna figure out what we're up to. So he's gonna try and stop us.
See?
So all the rest of these
cams
still sabotaged.
It's gonna get bright again. But yeah, everything that that happens in this next part is Virgil actively trying to stop us.
Okay, this is the 5th one. If I get this, I'm very happy. Nah.
Nope.
I can't remember. Did we talk about stairs?
Yes, I did at the very beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I said, basically if I miss a cycle here, it doesn't hurt to keep going because everything will keep moving anyway, and I respawn right next to it. So missing only one of 5 is actually super good. I'll take that on a normal run. If I were to only die once there, it misses like 2 seconds, I think. It's like 2 or 3. So yeah, first we were a journalist, then we were an assistant. Now we're
stealing data.
I think we're a spy now.
A spy?
That's a good one.
Oh, so you are the imposter.
I knew I was James Bond. I knew it. I'm gonna miss this. Oh, I made it. Nice.
That was really cool.
That's okay.
Aw. That's fine that we missed that because that's the same spider that we just died on.
5 deaths though, in fairness. That's 5 deaths. That's $50. Okay. So yeah, this little area is cycle-based. This area is cycle-based. Doesn't really matter how fast you do it. You just got to make sure you hit the timing, and it's kind of a pushover level. But yeah, right now I'm going to take the time to say again, if you want to get into speedrunning, please, I beg you, try this game. At the beginning menu of this game, there is the link to the Discord, and we're all readily available. The mods, not the mods, the developers of the game are in the Discord ready to talk to anyone who comes on in, and they're super welcoming. Highly recommend picking up this game, even if it's just the demo and saying hi, or even trying to speedrun. Again, if you've never speedrun a game, please try this one. I really recommend it. Okay, let's see here. So this ending level is going immensely well. I'm actually like only a few minutes away from being done. So another lights, more lights. It's gonna be very bright here, just so you all know. So coming up, you'll see the worst attempt of a kill you'll ever see in your life.
Not so fast.
Virgil, I think you missed. You missed, buddy. I'm sorry to say.
You missed. Yeah, and you know this is just a really nice skip. You know, he said not so fast, and we're still going
not so fast.
So,
nope,
I mean,
got him. Yeah, exactly. We don't listen to that. Oh my god.
There's another little tiny skip coming up here where we just kind of go over some boxes instead of around them.
I'm notoriously bad at this skip. Like, people always make fun of me because I'm so bad. I always miss this. Let's see if I'll get it. Nice. Actually got it for once. Awesome.
That was really nice.
Okay, perfect. So
Bobby's making a lot of these skips look easy, but like they are very tight and they do take some practice to get.
Yeah, this game is pretty brutal. It can be crazy. And you will beg. Okay, chill. Chill, Virgil. You're fine. So basically now we're jumping onto spiders, is what we like to call them, because they look like spider legs. But basically they're like, I think they're like holding like Lightmatter, or they're holding like connectors or something. I don't really know. But basically this is our way out of the facility. This is how we're still trying to escape, basically. We have time for maybe one donation, quick.
No problem. We have $25 from Brick Tamlin that just simply says, I love lamp.
So do I. Okay, so this skip right here, or this jump right here, is vitally important to not losing like 10 seconds. That was the last hard trick of the run. Thank God. That was it. It's really, really tight. It's super tight. That was the last. That I'm feeling very good now. Thank God. Okay, actually, unless I missed this. Nope, we're good. So yeah, we have about 1 minute left in the game now. Wow, this is actually, it's almost a PR. It's almost a PR.
Yeah. So Virgil's got us. We're not gonna get out of this one. I think he's won.
I think
We're
he's
going
won
to get
indeed.
voted off.
He's gonna. Hey, what's going on up
What?
there?
Who's this?
Who's that?
James.
Oh, it's James. Big mountain of a man.
James is gonna kill
With
us.
the endless walk
James is
cycle.
gonna kill us. Oh no. He's gonna get us. Say your farewells.
Oh no. Goodbye, cruel world. We're getting ejected.
He saved us. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it? He saved us. So yeah, that's basically that part. So coming up here, time will be when we hit this final lever at about 10 seconds here. So time is coming up for all of those keeping track. And he's begging, dramatic walk towards the last lever. And time. Woo, that was a good run. That actually only like 4 deaths.
44:56.
That's not bad.
It's
Holy
not
crap,
45.
that's really good.
Pretty good.
Awesome. So yeah, that was Lightmatter. Super fun game. Like I said, if you enjoy Portal, you're gonna love this game. It's awesome. I just wanted to take a quick second to thank the speedrunning community or thank AGDQ as well for even letting us run this at such an awesome time. So thank you so much. We all appreciate it. Also wanted to take a second to say, if you enjoyed watching, I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/BobbyBurm. We do a bunch of GeoGuessr speedruns as well. I know, can you believe that? The world. As well as Lightmatter and a bunch of other stuff. So, yeah, come check me out if you would like. If not, that's cool too. I hope you enjoyed the run. And yeah, we have a bit of a dramatic talk at the end here. He talks about things. He basically talks about ethics functionally.
2.5 million died from
Yeah, it's a little bit of a Monka W moment. It basically kind of leaves you thinking, like, what if I did anything else differently? There are some secret endings to this game that you can find for yourself as well. But yeah, it's a super cool game. Puzzle games have always been my favorite type of game to play, just because I love a challenge and I love trying to figure out the puzzles. And the moment you beat a puzzle, it's like amazing. So, my commentators, you want to say anything really quick?
Now I'll never know if I could have
Thanks for having us, Bobby. Thanks for having us, GDQ. I really enjoyed being able to be here and, commentate over one of my favorite games.
Yeah, it was
Awesome.
pretty nice to be here. Try the demo, and that's already it from me.
Awesome. Yeah, so that was the end of the game. That was Lightmatter. Hope you all enjoyed. Come check us out on speedrun.com or the Discord or anything else. But yeah, thank you all so much. I think that's it from us.
Thank you so much, Bobby, for that run. That was truly incredible and almost hitting a PB there. Absolutely fantastic. If you want to find out more about that community, you can check out their page on speedrun.com, or you can check out their Discord from the menu in the game itself. Pretty impressive.